All right, everybody, here we go again. A brand new system, Winter Storm Viola, now affecting the eastern seaboard. It's been affecting the whole entire central part of the country throughout the past few days, but here it is now affecting the eastern part of the country. You can see widespread snow showers throughout the entire the Ohio River Valley, and then eventually getting into the Mid-Atlantic, and then all of the rain now getting into the southeast. How long will this last, and how much rain will we get? I'll tell you all about that coming up tonight, and then also a damaging and threatening tornado impacted places in Sunset Beach, North Carolina on Tuesday night. How bad was it, and how much damage did it cost? Well, I'll tell you all about that coming up right here on Weather Center Live. Thank you all so much for joining me on this very yucky day where Winter Storm Viola is now currently affecting the eastern seaboard. And as I just told you, the National Weather Service has just confirmed a very bad tornado that unfortunately took 3 lives on Tuesday night. So to try and save as much time as possible, I'll be doing 2 broadcasts. The first part will feature everything about this tornado and the severe threat for our area, and then part 2 will feature everything about Winter Storm Viola. But now let's head to Winter Storm Central, where I'll tell you all about our severe threat. So this is basically all the information that we have as far as the tornado goes from the National Weather Service. They have rated this as an EF3 tornado with maximum sustained winds of 160 miles an hour. Just in case you don't know that or what that is equivalent to a Category 5 hurricane. Okay, we don't usually see these winds until we're, in the middle of the tropical season. We're seeing this in the middle of winter. Unbelievable. And look how, look at some of the other these details, okay? They forecasted it right now to be around 275 miles wide, and it went about 22 miles on the ground. Absolutely unbelievable. And as I told you, it did claim 3 deaths and 10 injuries. So here are some of the images from it. You all can see, a lot of trees down, extensive damage all across the county. Here's another house that was completely ripped to shreds. This driveway right here, all debris in it. So a very bad tornado that happened, and unfortunately a very deadly tornado that happened. Now, as far as the severe threat for our area go, thankfully we're not really looking for any severe weather, possibly until you really get down to places like Charleston and Savannah, Georgia, but thankfully not really anything in our area. But because of the rain we've had over the last few days, we do have a flash flood watch that is in effect until tomorrow morning, all across places like going from Columbia all the way to Wilmington, down to Myrtle Beach and Georgetown. So basically, any area in North Carolina and Southern Carolina, we do have a flash flood warning out. Now, as far as the risk go for areas, as far as the severe weather goes, we're not really expecting any tornadoes or hail. Thankfully, we do have a slight to moderate risk of seeing wind damage, only about a 5% chance in places like Murrells and Myrtle Beach, but really not that great of a risk, so definitely something that we definitely do want to see. Now, how much rain have we gotten already throughout this storm? Conway, we've gotten 2.85. Carolina Forest, 1.22. Dillon was 1.08. And then cannot forget about you, Myrtle Beach, at basically just about a half an inch. Now, how much rain are we talking throughout the rest of the system? Possibly maybe up to an inch or inch and a half in places like Johnsonville, maybe Kingstree and Conway. And then basically right above an inch as we go into Myrtle Beach and also Murrells Inlet. So in the next part, I will tell you all about our brand new system, Winter Storm Viola. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about our brand new system, or our main system, Winter Storm Viola. Now, let's talk about the power outages, because throughout the system, we've been experiencing extensive power outages throughout the system. Okay, so we're almost at 4 million power outages across the whole entire country. Looks like our leading area will be Texas at 3.4 million, Oregon at 158,000. So several areas that are experiencing widespread power outages throughout the whole entire states. So here's what's currently going on in the atmosphere. 2 areas of low pressure combining, bringing an ice threat to the Mid-Atlantic, a snow threat to the northeast, and then a rainy threat back down to the southeast. And we're also watching for the potential for a severe threat in places like southern South Carolina, southern Georgia, eastern Alabama, and then northern Florida also. So here's a current look at the radar. As I said, widespread rain showers throughout the eastern Carolinas, getting into some of that snow and icing as you get into places like Charleston, West Virginia, eastern Kentucky, and then eventually as you get into the northeast and New England areas, getting into some more of that snow. Let's take a little better look here at the Northeast. Places like New York City, Boston, Massachusetts, Providence, Rhode Island, all getting into a lot of that rain. And then places also like the central parts of Pennsylvania, and also places like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, also getting into some of that snow too. Now, as far as the current alerts go, we have seen a lot of these alerts begin to expire, but we still do have a lot of winter storm warnings out there, including places like Nashville, Tennessee, Asheville, North Carolina, Roanoke, Virginia, the DC metro area, and then extending all the way basically into Boston, Massachusetts. So we still still have a wide area of winter storm warnings still out. And then here's a better look at the winter storm warnings in places like Greensboro, North Carolina, Boone, North Carolina, Roanoke, Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, Charleston, DC. I mean, a lot of areas that are still in that winter storm warning. So the forecast throughout the rest of tonight: widespread rain showers, possibly heavy at times in the eastern Carolinas. A bit of an ice maker in places like Greensboro, North Carolina, and the central parts of Virginia. And then eventually, as you get into the northeast, we are going to be watching for that snow. And then eventually, as you get into Friday, the system starts to wind down a little bit. Still a lot of rain happening here because of that cold front coming through the Carolinas. We still have a decent ice threat across places like southern Virginia. And then eventually, as we get into the north, we're still watching a lot of snowfall. Now, how much snow are we talking throughout tomorrow? Possibly maybe up to an inch or two, maybe a little bit more than that in some areas, but really not looking for that much snow. So that is all I have for you all tonight. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great weekend.